Stay tuned for The Filmmakers Show right here on Madhousetv.com.
Watch Legal Straight Talk right here on Long Island Public Access, Channel 20.
Rolling and action!
Hi, I'm Jerry Parisi, and welcome tonight to the Filmmakers Show. Oh, you're with me.
I just decided to show up.
Again, she shows up like a shadow. I don't know. This is my lovely wife, Michelle.
Oh.
Anyway, we got some great people on tonight, and one of them I known for a million years on Facebook, and I only got a chance to meet her earlier on. And with her comes a young gentleman who is also her student, a new student. So without any further ado, unless you got something to say,
No, I think you should introduce them.
Lisa Regina, acting coach and actress. Lisa, welcome to the Filmmakers Show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
I am so happy that I have met you in real life because you were on my Facebook for at least, 5 or 6 years easy because Donna's been on there forever.
Yes.
And you
6 degrees of separation from Donna McKenna.
It is. It is 6 degrees. And I've seen you, I've known about your acting classes, and I got a chance to meet you at the JHD Studios, and you were amazing back then. I got a chance to sit in some of the classes.
Thank you.
And I don't know if I got enough accolades coming yet, but how did you get
Stop
started?
it, I love it.
Keep them coming.
How did you get
And
started?
then we saw you at the Soho Film Festival, and you looked so awesome.
Thank you.
and
That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was a lot
We
of
waited
fun.
8 years for 79 parts to premiere, so that was wonderful. Yeah.
And that's going to Savannah.
79 parts at Soho Film Festival, directed by Ari Taub. John Overend is the producer. Donna McKenna's casting director. I'm trying to plug everyone.
Yeah,
we have
right.
A wonderful
Lou
cast.
Martini's in there. My
Yes,
good
Lou
friend
Martini,
Lou. I
yeah.
love him.
Federico was there. Everyone was there. Well, what happened was we won the Audience Choice Award at Soho. So now we're going to Savannah Film Festival. And I can't wait because the cast will be there. Ari, producer, everyone. They're putting us up in a mansion.
That is
That is so
amazing.
cool.
I said, Savannah, I do declare.
I'm amazed
So,
at that. And just so we don't leave you hanging, you
worries.
are one of Lisa's newest students.
That's right.
Today.
And today's your first day.
Brand new, yep.
Wow.
Brand new, as he would
Thanks
say,
for
brand new
being
right
a
out of
good
the box.
sport.
Yeah.
He was scheduled today, and then when you suggested, hey, bring your new student on.
Well, you're going places already.
Yeah.
That's great. But let's get started from the beginning.
Okay.
Because you've got such a long past and you're such a driven individual, and I can see why you're successful.
I'm a Leo.
There you go. And so how did you get started in acting and then later as a coach?
Yeah, I started acting in the Philadelphia market at a very young age, 16, 17 years old. And I realized very early on that training was essential. You know, I had to get training. It was an art form. So I took some community college classes, then I transferred to New York University. And as I was studying at New York University in the School of Educational Theater and Tisch, I studied production, screenwriting. I wanted to learn both sides of the camera.
Sure.
So my professor, rest her soul, Nellie McCaslin, she's a sweet little woman who had, 50 books published on drama and education and just endless, what a mentor. She pulled me aside one day and she said, "You're a teacher." And I said, "Okay." She said, "I want you to go to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and interview with Peter Jensen, the director. You should be teaching." Because I had a lot of my colleagues, actors were asking me to coach them with sides before a big audition. And then at NYU, all the younger students were like gathered around and I was kind of teaching them things. And she said, "You are a natural born teacher. Please go to American Academy." So I did. I got hired. I taught. And then eventually it broke away and I developed my own acting workshops, my own schedule, because I needed flexibility because I still act. I like to do 2-3 films a year to keep my craft alive because I think it's really important.
Yeah.
So I have things to share with my actors.
So did I actually see you in The Sopranos?
Yes.
I
you
knew
did.
it!
Polly Walnut's gumad, as they say.
Gumar.
It was a small role in Sopranos, but it was fun. I had worked on the pilot as Lorraine Bracco's stand-in, and then I stayed for the first season. And I really learned so much being on set because I would watch Jimmy Gandolfini, rest his soul, we miss him. What a wonderful person. I got the opportunity to, talk with him on set, before we would shoot, and he was such a sweetheart. But just watching two professionals that I respect their work, I really learned a lot. And I also learned a lot about production. The key grip there, Jimmy Mack, I would ask him questions, and I would always carry a little notebook. And when he would say, okay, put a flag on that key light over there, I would write it down. He'd say, what did you write down, student? Well, I wrote down flag. He said, do you know what it is? I'm like, I pledge allegiance to the flag, It's like, no, it's this black flag that we put to diffuse light. And
That's right.
so I learned a lot just being on set. And I always tell my actors that, get on set, learn the terminology,
Absolutely.
learn the whole collaborative art form, because learning production as well as acting will enhance what you're doing as an artist, as an actor.
So now we jump from being a full actress on The Sopranos and all these other great things. You just was in 79 parts, and we've got a few clips we're going to look at in a few minutes.
Good.
To your school.
Yes.
And you teach in New York City.
I do.
And you're also partnering up with a good friend of ours, John Pallotta.
John Pallotta, yes.
That's going to be an amazing school because
What a team.
what a team
Oh my
that's going to
gosh.
be.
You guys are going to be
We're two
unstoppable.
passionate Italians. Look out.
There you go.
There you go.
He's a great teacher, great acting coach, and we have a lot of the same ideas and philosophies. So to join together like in one big acting workshop, I think will be dynamic and amazing.
I think it'll be
That's
great.
great.
Yeah.
But let's key in on you as a coach right now.
Yes.
You've got someone like you, sir,
Yep.
who I guess. Why did you come to Lisa Regina?
Well, I was recommended by a friend of mine, a fellow actor, Vinny Pastore.
Okay.
Also in The Sopranos.
Yep. Vinny Pastore.
Actually, I saw his play last Saturday, Dear Destiny. He's a great play, beautiful play. But he put me on to Lisa, and this is literally the first time we're meeting. So she said, you know what, scratch the first class. If you want to come on TV, I said okay.
And I think this is great. He's getting training to be on camera right now, so
It's
it's
true.
awesome.
What drew you to want to act?
I'm not really too sure, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I just think it's something I want to do and that I think I'll be good at.
Somehow it comes from the heart.
Yeah.
It's when you have that, it's tough. And now, from hearing from Vinny, I mean, that's a big plug to begin with, Lisa.
Yeah.
Someone
Yes.
that big is recommending you
It's
out.
a small industry. We all know each other.
We
and
do.
I think it's wonderful to get referrals, and I appreciate when someone refers me someone. And I appreciate you being honest about you're not really sure yet, because really exploration of this will you'll learn like whether it's for you or not. And you have a great look.
Thank
You kind of have that, like, I remember when I saw Legends of the Fall with Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of have that going on, so I like that.
Yeah. I guess that's true. That's true. Now we've got some clips from acting classes in New York City. You teach in New York City. What's the address of
I
that?
teach at 135 West 26th Street, Suite 10C, and that is Barry Morgenstein Photography
And
Studio.
He's an amazing photographer.
Barry's
too.
amazing. I met him when I used to do under fives on All My Children. And the casting director there, they used to have these beautiful headshots of the cast from the soap. And I would say, who did these? Barry Morgenstein. So I've been using Barry as a headshot photographer for years. And of course, I send my actors to him.
Sure.
So we teach out of his studio there. And Barry is very kind and supportive. And yeah, it's a great space. It's right there. And
It's right there in New York, the heart of it. I know when I got there, they were auditioning for Hamilton right downstairs.
Hamilton, yeah, the line was
Right
around the
block,
corner.
yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So let's take a good look at this clip,
Okay.
and we'll be back in a few moments. Let's take a look at Lisa's classes.
Okay, so can we just focus and get to work on this?
Yeah, let's focus.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah. Stand up straight. Come on, come on. Get serious now. Come on.
Okay, I'm serious.
Okay. All right, let's start with the cha-cha first. Good.
Wait. Hold on.
What? That was shit.
That's not the move.
No.
No. This is the move.
Ooh, yeah. The move is like this. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Awesome. So now
We kind of stepped on each other's lines there,
but it doesn't matter because the moment that was most real and most truthful was when she started swiveling her hips and you reacted as like, yeah, that's the move. And everyone laughed because that was very truthful, right? So now we want to have more moments that are truthful. Your hair is beautiful, but on camera with this, remember I always talk about the curtain? It's like a curtain and then the nose pops out, you know, like you just pull your hair off your face. You're coming in with an emotion and an objective.
So tell us what that clip was about.
It was a scene exercise where they're allowed to do some improv, you know, and I love when actors get comfortable in their body because the instrument is you, your body, your voice, your emotional palette, and I love that particular scene exercise because it requires they have to do a little dance, and that part right there became very truthful and honest because when Christina did a nice little swervy, slinky move, Nathan responded to it, and it was very truthful. So it gets them away from the lines, it gets them out of their head, and it really forces them to just be really natural and organic and trust their instincts. And I love giving them dance exercises because, as I said, it's important to be comfortable in your own skin, you know,
It
be
helps
able
them
to
connect.
Absolutely, and just kind of let go. Don't overthink it. Once you're here, you can't be here emotionally. So.
Right.
This is true. Why don't you ever let it go, dear? On to you. So now, do you look forward to her classes?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's going to be great.
Supposedly she's the best, so I'm looking to just get in there and get some feedback and see where get started really and see where I can go with it.
Have you done any acting at all?
I've done a couple extra things. That's really it, to be honest with you. So brand new.
Good, I love that.
Having done extras, you at least have a sense of something.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Now, you were at Soho, and we were just at Soho.
Soho was fun.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And there was a lot of different people there. We got a chance to meet again. And maybe we could run the Soho clip, and I guess a picture's worth 1,000 words to start, and we'll take it from there.
Excellent. We had fun that night.
Yeah.
Involved in any of those?
No, actually, no, I haven't been involved in any of those, but I...
Get it real tight.
Sorry. Being very overwhelming. Everyone's here. New
work, you know. Unfortunately, you go to some of these festivals and you stay for about 20 minutes on the first movie.
music, and I want to actually just enjoy New York.
I'm Jerry Parisi here from the Soho
I wanted to tell you, my character Vera has been...
They caught us in the middle of two faces.
I know. That's great. Soho.
What was that about with you guys with 79 Parts?
Well,
Everybody's hearing about it now, so you might as well.
Ari
let it out.
Taub, a wonderful director and relentless. He gets films done. And Donna McKenna, a dear friend of mine, casting director, colleague. I brought Donna on to meet Ari. She cast Eric Roberts, Tony LoBianco as my father, Sandra Bernhardt. So Donna really did a wonderful job. I'm so glad she was part of it, and I know Ari and everyone just loves Donna. And my character Vera, in the film 79 Parts, it takes place in the 70s, which is really cool. The wardrobe, the cars. And my character is the element of danger. You don't want to mess with Vera.
No. Maybe we could show some of those pictures of Vera. And there you go.
There's Vera, yeah.
Now, what are you doing there as Vera?
Oh, I'm making the call, to take down my husband because he's a lying, cheating son of a gun.
You look very intense there, Vera.
Yes, I'm making the call. There's Eric Roberts. He plays my father's friend, and they are inmates at the state prison. There's Tony LoBianco, wonderful. I love both of the Tony and Eric, wonderful actors, and to have them on set, and it just elevates the value of everything and elevates the level of acting. So we had a great time, and I think the most fun that we had was celebrating at Soho, because you work so hard. It takes so many people working hard together to make it happen.
And it took a long time.
And it took 8 years to get there. So we partied that night.
Well, I don't blame you. Well, it was
fun.
a night. It was the after party was very nice, and I got to tell you that Ari seems to be a very focused director.
He is.
For that many years to
He
keep
really
that
is,
going.
and when I say relentless, like he'll have something in his head, and you might not quite get it, but you just trust in him. And I tease him sometimes, and I say, "You're the mad scientist director," because we're not sure like why he's coming out with certain things or direction. But then when you see the finished work, it's like, oh, okay, now I get it.
How did you get the part of Mary? Did you have a question?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You did first.
I'm going to give you that outfit that Vera wears, so you can like take care of him sometimes.
I need to do that.
Yeah, you had the question first.
Go ahead, because my train of thought just went out the window. I have
See
to
that?
rewind my
How did I get the role?
Yes, how did you get the role?
Well, Ari, I had worked with Ari in the past, and he called me and he said, I have a role for you in 79 parts. It's you. It's Vera. And he explained, what the situation was, how much of an element of danger she was, and you don't mess with Vera. And my husband is cheating on me, and his mistress wants her green card, to go to stay in the country. And it's just this crazy comedy that has all these wonderful twists to it. And my nephew, Johnny Solo, what a wonderful actor. Gino Sorrento Esquire, he plays my nephew. So he creates a lot of problems, let's say that. And he's going to law school, and his fellow law student is in trouble with money. So they go to my husband and borrow money, and we know you never do that. Not from this particular type of person.
Right.
And he winds up, he can't raise the money, of course, and they're chasing him, and I'm chasing my husband, and everybody's after everyone.
Everybody's chasing everybody.
Yes, and it's great. It's really great. And
it's amazing to be part of a production and then see how it all comes together, because actors very frequently don't know the whole overall picture.
Oh, it's so much work, and it's so many layers to it, and it takes everyone. It takes everyone together, and the cars are so authentic, and the wardrobe. They did a fantastic job. I mean,
and I remember the telephone booth.
Yes,
they don't have telephone
you don't even
booths
see
like that
anymore. It's like, what is a telephone booth? You know?
That's true. What is a telephone booth? Now, how, as an actor/coach, did you prepare for that role?
Good question.
It is a good question.
It is, yes, thank you. I'm very big on images and things that stimulate me, my senses. And Vera, I just kept getting a sense of, I kept going back to Rocky and Bullwinkle. Do you remember?
I
Natasha?
do. I do remember
Natasha, that stoic strength, that intimidating character.
Boris.
I pulled a lot from Natasha, not the accent, of course, but just her physicality from that cartoon, and then creating a character from a lot of elements of Natasha.
That's very interesting. And I don't know if you've heard this, but at times I've heard acting teachers say to study an animal or a cat.
Oh, absolutely.
Why might that be?
I do that exercise in my class, so get ready. Where
Get ready
I have
get ready to be a cat.
Yes, get ready to be some sort of animal. Going to the zoo and just really, observation exercises. Observing people in Times Square, New York City, anywhere on the train. You take, acting. It's all based on human behavior, and I want to guide you to be as human and real as possible. Because when you go to see a film, the relationships in the film are a reflection of life, All the relationships that we have around us in our own lives are right there on the film, right, on the screen. So guiding you to be very human-like, very real. And then relating to material, of course, things that are far removed from your life, like a story such as this one, where I'm chasing my husband and I want to kill him, and, since I would never do that in my own real life, we find ways to relate to the material, and that's my job, to guide you, to figure out how you tick, Tom, what makes you tick, what evokes emotion from you. And I get a sense of you already just being in your company for a short time here. Body language, tone of voice, the little nuances in your eyes and your face right now. I'm watching you just like a camera would,
I have no idea what you're saying.
Well, get ready. She's very good at what she does.
So,
that I have to say because I experienced it firsthand.
But the animal exercises are excellent because you watch the physicality of an animal, and the emotional state of an animal, whether it's a black panther getting ready to, pounce on a prey or some animal that's very large and lethargic maybe in its movements, and then adapting that physicality to a physical human being, a character. There are many values in that exercise. There's so many techniques and tools for actors that as long as you're open-minded and willing to try it and explore, I think you just gain so much by being open.
What kind of animals would you use in an exercise like that?
Everything from a panther to an elephant to a giraffe to a penguin. I had one of the girls in my class, she was the penguin, and she adapted it to a character, and it was so cute. Everyone was on the floor laughing because she was just very quick, and everything she said was, "Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Oh, it's great here," and she was just fluttering all around. It was so funny because everyone was like, "Yeah, that's a penguin."
So when they can visualize being able to kind of walk around like that.
Yeah, quick movements, quick dialogue,
it helps just them lose the inhibition.
Absolutely.
When they're putting themselves in the way that a penguin would be.
It's fun too. I mean, you have to play. You have to have fun too in acting. Sure, there are intense, dramatic roles where you might use emotional recall as your technique, a form of method acting. Where you're using a moment in your life that was very painful. And that evokes the emotion that you need at that moment. But there are other techniques, physical exercises, dance, movement, animal exercises, things like that. Communicating in silence, I'm really big on that. I love using communicate emotion in silence because
that's cool.
Yeah, too many times we rely on words and we try to fill up every moment with words, and it's not about that. It's about allowing that moment to breathe and let the emotion come out in silence. Donna McKenna was just talking about Eric Roberts when she worked with him in Italy on a film, and she said, "Oh, you're absolutely right, because this moment that he had," she said he went through 6 different emotions in seconds, and he transitioned so quickly, all in silence. And I said, of course, it's, I can't wait to see that. That's really powerful. Most times more powerful than a lot of dialogue.
Than the words.
It's like turning off the sound on a movie and watching the movie just for the body language.
That was an exercise at New York University that I think it was my screen writing professor gave us. Yes, I remember him saying, watch Jaws and turn the volume off. And everybody was like, okay. And it was amazing how you followed the storyline and the emotion, with no volume. And as we know, Jaws, dun, 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 it's so
that's what
powerful.
made that happen.
But even without it, that's how solid the script was, and that's how solid the acting is.
People key in on the body language of a scream, and not just to scream, but to do the body language that would go along with it.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course, when you're going to an audition, a casting director is watching you from head to toe as soon as you walk in. Right. And any little twitch or nervousness, or you're fixing your hair, you're fixing your clothes, you're pulling at your clothes. Yeah, that's nervousness. That's communicating. I'm not comfortable. I'm nervous. So you really have to be in tune with that and understand that.
That's so important. Chemistry is important.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, I think the hardest 2 things to do are be in love, especially when the screen of a camera is in your face,
right? And
to hate somebody as well. And those 2 far ends of the emotion are really hand in hand.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, they really are.
Are you sure you still want to do this?
I'm having second thoughts. I don't know. It's a very hard thing, though.
I think it's good to be excited and nervous at the same time. I think that's very natural. And I have an exercise that I do using colors, and then the gradation of each color. Like, maybe when you think of anger, what color comes to mind?
Bright red.
Bright red, right?
Yeah.
So if I say to you, you're angry in this moment, in this scene, but you're not bright, vivid red, you're just kind of like a medium shade of red. That's
Make
the
you
level
less
of anger.
angry.
Yeah, I think images and color is so important, especially, if you...
That's the first time I've ever heard it, and I got to tell you something, especially for me in the ad world, that is brilliant.
Yes.
Because that to me really is a real guideline to work.
Right. You get a clear picture of it right away, and the level of anger that's needed at that moment. There are many techniques and tools, that I bring to the classroom in my private coaching sessions that are efficient. I hate to use the word efficient when it comes to acting, but of course it's important in filmmaking. You have to be efficient.
You
I mean,
have to
if
be.
we're losing light and I need you to cry at this moment and we're losing light, or I need you to be at this level of anger and we're losing light, or we're losing our location, or we ran out of
losing
money,
vacation.
time, and everything.
Or losing time.
Yes.
Because
Which
at this
we
point,
I think we are losing time.
We are losing time.
we are at the end of this episode of the Filmmaker Show. But if you're watching us on Madhouse TV, please stick around. Lisa Regina and
you.
Maritza Ann is coming on next, and it's another show directly after this. If you're watching us on cable, you're out of luck. You got to wait till next week. But anyway,
But only 1 week.
But only 1 week. But with that, who would you thank on a show like this?
Everybody.
There you go. I like to thank Vic Mealy,
I was just
Tom
gonna say
Mealy,
that.
Janine Zarilli, and Tommy Marr.
Everybody.
Without them,
He
Madhouse
writes over
wouldn't
my
be
words all
here.
the time.
You're really running over me tonight. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Or, like I said, stick around for the next show on Madhouse TV. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Good night.
tuned for The Filmmakers Show right here on Madhousetv.com.
Watch Legal Straight Talk right here on Long Island Public Access, Channel 20.
Rolling and action.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Filmmakers Show. Welcome back, Michelle.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back to
Yes.
you. So if you watched our last show on Madhouse TV, you would see that we had an amazing acting coach by the name of Lisa Regina. Well, we've got her back with one of her other students who actually is also a singer, and an amazing one. She completed auditioning for The Voice, Maritza Ann Rizzatello. And welcome, ladies. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And we're going to be lucky enough to hear her sing tonight.
We are,
Yeah.
because we're going to put you on a spot and make you sing. Yeah, we should have told you earlier, right? No, we didn't decide. We said, hey, everybody go sing. 30 seconds ago, she got that. But back to you. You are an amazing coach, and you
Thank you.
have been training her.
I have.
But how do you make that distinction whether she's a great actress or a great singer, and how do you nurture that?
Well, with Marissa Ann, it's easy because when she sings, she's emotionally connected. And that's a great foundation to build her acting craft on. So she gets
That's
it.
great.
She understands, how important that is. And absolutely, thank you. I'm thrilled. She trained with me when she was 12 years old and then recently came back. And since then, unbeknownst to me, she was on The Voice. And she's so humble. You are very humble.
You are humble.
And once I started researching all the articles about The Voice and her making Christina Aguilera's team, and then Blake stole her back, and it just, and then, of course, I went on to her music links, and it just blew me away. And the first thing I did was I called my manager. I said, you have to hear this. I mean, amazing. I get chills when Marissa Ann sings, and really important because she's emotionally connected. So a lot of artists who are dancers or music artists, it's important for them to have some sort of acting abilities.
Oh, absolutely. And you're young. You are how old?
I'm 19.
19. What we wouldn't give to be
Right.
19.
Right.
All of us,
Yes.
every one of us.
Yes.
And you were on The Voice. So let's talk about that. But before we do that, let's take a look at this video so people get an idea of what we're talking about. And that should come up right now.
You're entering. Don't worry about the lines. Marissa wants to dance. Show us your thing.
Pick an emotion?
Pick an emotion. Chris, 7 basic emotions.
There's 7, huh?
Yeah, there are. You want to hear them? Easy way to remember them, too. But he's like, sure, take my glasses off. Take your glasses off.
I need to get
Don't worry about the lines.
At all?
They're improv again.
Okay.
You know the story. Hey, I was there, she wasn't there, whatever.
I can't do that.
So, Chris, the 7 basic emotions, right?
Oh, sorry.
Love, hate, jealousy. That's easy to remember. That's like a triangle, love, hate, jealousy, right? Happiness, sadness, the opposites. Fear, anger. Love, hate, jealousy, happiness, sadness, fear, and anger. So pick one of those. Come in with that emotion, okay? And Marissa has to respond honestly. Here we go.
Hey, where you been?
I had to go to the other place first.
Oh yeah, what were they doing over there?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
my dad. You know, he's been sick. He had a stroke. He had a heart attack a year ago. It's not looking too good. So, I just don't know what I'm going to do, my mother's going to do. They had nothing for any kind of security, and nobody's saved. I don't know if she's going to leave the house. My brother, he's special needs.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do.
Listen. I'm here. And we're gonna do whatever we can, okay?
Yeah.
So that was great.
you.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Well,
tell us about
that was a scene that had a little bit of improv again, with a little bit of dancing and movement, because as I said before, I like to get my actors to feel comfortable in their own skin and to
Right.
let go with their bodies. That was really beautiful. And the thing that Marissa Ann, what you have is great instincts. I just did a workshop at the Philadelphia Film Festival, and Marissa Ann came to the workshop.
Oh, nice.
And she was working on a scene, and she had such a moment. She
did.
rubbed her head really hard, her hair, and it was amazing how that physical action triggered the emotion. And she was wailing and crying, and your scene partner went over to you, and everybody was like, so really,
Wow.
really powerful.
That's great.
Great instincts.
That's great. That's great. Now you're able to integrate the acting, which is very good, very well done.
Thank you.
And then you're able to make this leap into music.
And I feel like practicing acting has really helped singing and even just being a person in general and speaking to people. But the connection that you make with acting and exercising that has really helped me stay connected with the lyrics and the music and to really dive into whatever I'm working on. So.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I take it, because I met your dad and I met your mom, they're both very supportive of everything you're doing.
They are.
That's got to really add to the strength where she's pulling that from. for
Oh, you
sure.
need that.
And
Your
I-
family's beautiful.
What
yes.
direction do you think you want to go in? Do you want to combine them, or?
I would love to combine them. I have been going out on auditions that have, TV shows or Broadway shows that incorporate the acting and singing together. I've been singing since I was a kid, though. 6 years old, I started training with a coach, and so that is like my life, And the acting is just acting, dancing, whatever. I mean, Lisa's helped with me a lot to really mold me into an actress.
But your
also.
original music, you write your own music and
I
your own
do.
lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now let's take a look at a YouTube video that you were singing on so we can get an idea of that full range of you now.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you. My darling, you bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. Please don't cry. No, we both know I'm not what you need. And I will always love you. have all you dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love. And I will always love you. 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 Love you. I will always love you.
Whitney Houston.
Thank you.
That
That was
awesome.
impressive.
What a difficult song to sing, and
Yes.
you nail it,
Yes.
amazing.
Oh my God.
So what are some of the things that you're doing that are coming up that we can share with our audience?
Some things that I'm doing. Well, Friday, July 1st, I'm releasing an original song called Blind. Yes, and
Wow.
with that is a contest that my fans can enter on marissaandmusic.com. It's a contest where they can submit their idea for my music video, and we can collaborate on it and talk, FaceTime the top 4 ideas, and then the winner wins and possibly be in my music video. I don't know.
Nice.
I'm excited. And then
I'm excited too because everyone out there should enter because it's a chance to
Absolutely.
be part of an original concept for her very first, Marissa Ann's very first music video.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And I'm so lucky that on social media, it's like a daily part of my life. Instagram, Twitter, Marissa
Right,
Ann Music.
right.
And I get to talk and connect with like everyone that supports me, and it really helps me to stay motivated and to stay focused, and they're like really the best. So
Didn't Megan Trainor reached out on Vine, was
Wow.
communicating with her on Vine.
Yes, which
That's
I
great.
actually saw her perform for the July 4th Macy's spectacular thing, and an impromptu performance I had of the national anthem.
Yes, you did.
Right. So
Yes.
when are you doing that?
It was kind of like a warm-up because July 5th I will be singing the national anthem at the New York Mets game at Citi Field.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
I was going to say Shea Stadium, Citi
I know,
Field.
Citi Field now, right?
45,000 spectators.
Wow, 45,000
Yeah.
people are
Wow.
going to look at you.
I know.
How cool is that?
And you know what? It's like a New York team. I grew up watching the Mets, the Yankees, you know what I mean? So it's really like
And you were just
a
a
dream come
Newsday,
true.
which we were able to put out there for
Yes.
you.
Which, you know what? Your post was the first time I saw it. I was like, oh my God. I'm
Want
a
to get that
Newsday.
straight there?
You've got your finger on the pulse.
Yeah,
Are you
totally.
lapsing into Scrooge?
No. Yeah. No, that's pretty impressive. 45,000 people are going to watch you. You can do that live, right?
Yes, yes.
So how scared are you going to be?
I am not going to be scared. I'm trying to keep my cool and not think about it too much. Of course, I'm still
Yeah, don't ask
practicing.
her how
and-
scared
I know.
she's going to be. It's going to give her the
You
idea.
sang on The Voice. What was the viewership on
The
The
voice
Voice?
is bigger than that.
Yeah.
The
When I
voice
get
was
hyped,
millions.
totally.
She's
totally.
a pro.
Yeah. And Lisa,
Wow.
you'll be there, right?
Oh yeah, you'll
yeah.
hear me. Over 45,000 people. Whoa! Marissa! Really, every screen. I'm so proud. I mean, I know your family is so proud, and Diana Prano and myself are just really proud of you, and you're amazing and exciting.
Now,
and
Diane's
I
your
want
ma-
you to
your
sing right
manager.
now.
Diane's your manager as well, Lisa?
Diana Prano is my manager and Marissa Ann's manager,
Nice.
multimedia talent. She's
Right.
such a wonderful, real human being. What a
Yes.
wonderful woman, and just really, truly cares, Like back in the day when they had momagers and that were really connected to their talent, Diana still has that very
Totally is.
personal connection. You know, they talk every day. I talk with her. We all talk. We're all on Voxer, communicating, and
I bet. Well, I remember when I met Diana, I should say, waiting just to get in to see her for the moment, all she was talking about was you. And I'm listening, like, oh, there's that girl's name again, the one I could hardly say, Maritza Ann Rizzutello.
You give it a little zit.
I know, Maritza. But
Maritza.
It's hard to not get corny and cheesy, but like I'm so lucky and blessed to, between my family and Lisa and Diana, just like for the first time, I tell them all the time as much as I can, for the first time I have people that are true fans of me and aren't in it for the wrong reasons, to help me get to the next level, you know, so.
Oh, we
I'm
love
really
being
lucky.
part of it.
It's
All
awesome.
that energy comes together when it's real. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel that in your acting classes, you've got a top student like this?
I'm beaming. I love it.
Yeah.
She inspires everyone. But what I love about Marissa Ann the most is in acting class, when if I say, will you get up and sing and, you know, and talk about the voice and your experiences, she inspires my actors. She inspires everyone. They really, because she's kind. She's kind-hearted. She's not a diva. She's nice. She's a good person. Her family raised her right, and she's just really good-hearted, and they feel that truth, and people are attracted to truth. I mean, and that's why you have so many fans, and you will continue to grow your fan base, because that truth and that honesty comes through, you know.
Do you know her dad wouldn't hear of me getting on the Long Island Railroad that night, leaving class.
I saw your post.
And he was so nice about it. He's, no, I'm going to take you all the way to Huntington, where we live, and they were going to go then on further to where they are. He wouldn't hear of it. He's like, what are you talking about getting on the train? I'm going that way. You're not going that way. But he made a wonderful family.
Strong silence. You know, he really is. What a wonderful
you came
man.
Home that night talking about
how
and
nice.
their story, how when Marissa Ann was a baby and her father donated his part of his liver to save her life.
Wow.
Just that story, I think that, you know, you really have such a history of love and family, and you're a survivor, and yes, you go.
Now, you take that.
That's an incredible story.
It's a very good story.
Wow.
But I was going to say, when you have her draw on emotions, she's got a real strength in there.
Sure, a deep palette of emotions.
So do you look, can you give her harder things to do than some of the others? Just, how would you handle that, knowing you got those gears like a trailer truck in her?
Yeah.
And Lisa knows me well.
Yeah, I do. And I think just from coaching for so many years and understanding human behavior and people, and like I was saying to Tom, the nuances in his eyes were smiling, and you know, when that emotion is percolating inside of someone and then you see it in their face, just like a camera captures all those little nuances, you know. So I just kind of know how to tap into each person. Everyone's built differently.
Right, Thomas Berardi, we should mention his name again. And
Tom Berardi. Yes.
Tom Berardi.
Yes.
I want to ask you a question. How did you get on The Voice?
I went to the initial cattle call in New York City, the Javits Hut Center. I was 15 at the time. I went with like a couple friends. Of course, my dad came with me.
Sure.
And I waited on the line with thousands and thousands of people in March, freezing cold. So I didn't think anything of it. This was like my first big audition, you know, for something like TV or, you know, where I could really showcase my talent. And I didn't expect anything, but, you know, the guy that I went in the room with was like, you have a callback, come back next week. And it was a series of auditions that I had to, I guess, continue with. And so it was a process, totally. But
what a great accomplishment.
What an accomplishment.
Amazing.
And then you got to be with Christina Aguilera?
I did, which is like
Wow.
my childhood and still now like idol, you know. So it was a dream.
How did you feel when Blake stole you after, you know?
You know what? Everyone asks me how I felt and stuff. I can't even.
You can't even remember, right? It's hard to process that.
It's really hard to process.
You're in the moment.
So I was just standing on camera. Oh, I just lost. Okay. And then he hit the button and stole me, and it was like just a burst of like so many different emotions. So, and I was young. It was was my first thing that.
You're still young. Who are you
Yvette,
kidding?
yeah. I was going to say, was young.
It goes fast though.
No, with the dum dum dum.
But I think now, as a young lady, a young woman, opposed to 15 years old, you've grown, and now finding your voice in your original music. I think this is like your time. That was your time, but this is your time. You know.
Speaking of time,
are you going to sing?
No, we need time.
Yeah, we need
to sing.
Why don't you sing something? That's a good.
Yes.
Sing a little clip.
Sing something.
I will give you a little snippet of my original song that I'm going to be releasing.
Perfect.
July 1st.
Wonderful.
Second verse. It's really like it's going to be like a sultry like R&B thing.
Okay.
And this is the song that everyone should enter for the contest.
All right,
Okay.
everyone, enter for this song in the contest. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, baby. Oh, baby. I just wanna help you out. In case you don't know what I'm about. Ooh. See, I've got beauty, I've got class, all the things that you can ask for in a woman. No, I don't know what's gotten into me. Oh.
Wow.
I'm done. That, I don't want to give too much away.
That was
No, it's a sneak
incredible.
peek.
That was
They have
really
to enter
good.
the contest.
Thank you.
You could see how you put your whole self
Yeah.
into that song. It was incredible.
It's mesmerizing. I love
Yes.
listening to her
She
sing.
is
She goes
mesmerizing.
over
Yeah,
here and up
mesmerizing.
there and over there and everywhere.
Good.
And
Yes.
Well, speaking of mesmerizing, the only mesmerizing thing I could say is thank you to you, Lisa
Thank you.
Regina,
Thank
to
you.
Tom Berardi from the last show,
Yes.
to you,
Marissa
Ann,
Ann. Marissa Ann
Rizzatello.
Music.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, Vicki Mealy.
Well, of course,
Tom
Vicki
Mealy.
Mealy, Tom Mealy.
Yes.
Thank you, Vicki
Mealy
and Tom Mealy.
Tommy Marr.
Okay, say that with energy and strength. Give her an acting lesson, quick.
Never
Energy.
mind. You do it. That's the last time I'll ever say that.
Smack him.
Without
Knock
Tom
yourself
Mealy
out.
and Vicki Mealy and Janine Zarilli and Tommy Marr, would
I'm
you be
just
in this
shaking my-
studio?
I'm just shaking. my head.
No. Would you be on Madhouse for almost 3 years already? The third season's
Oh, wow.
coming up. Wow.
Woo.
Would you be here? No. Without them. Hey, guys, you got to come to the Mousetrap Cafe in Amityville. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes.
It's like supermarket size wine and cheese place. Amazing. Appointed with the highest quality woods and marble and their TV studios, and you're going to get to see live things there, like some live shows and live
studio?
acts and music, the best wines, cheeses. Did I say enough?
Wow.
With
You've
that,
said more than your quota.
I've now spoken my quota of words. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Filmmaker Show.
They're having wine.